You know the format. I'm pretty sure you know my categorization.
Your categorical skills, yes. They've sometimes been brought up as suspect,
No.
also unknowable, and kind of, you know it. So
Okay, what are you feeling like this week? Which may feel different by the time we get to this, but we gotta
actually,
go with
no,
it.
we're doing the historical episode that's coming out later in the week. So let's do feeling good. It's been a
Okay.
while since we felt good. I felt like
Let
I've delved down the can't choose and the feeling undecided for too long on a madman's journey to determine the factors. So we should just avoid that.
It's true. Let's take a look at this. It seems like good news. I'm hoping it's good news because again, I categorize this on title only. So, okay, this one is NASA releases UFO report amidst alien body controversy in Mexican Congress. Have you been following the alien body controversy?
Yeah, I have. We'll
I
do an
have
episode
not.
of it at some point. It's not
Okay.
worth covering right now.
I have not been following it, so this is all news to me. Though I do know of it. I don't know anything about it. Okay, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, oh, that's NASA, released their unidentified anomalous phenomena independent study report this week, causing some to question if the timing was tied to the recent controversy surrounding purported alien bodies introduced to Mexico's Congress. In the report, members of NASA's unidentified anomalous, do we really have to say this again? UAP independent study team, chaired by Dr. David Spergel, recommended that the space agency, quote, play a prominent role in the whole of government effort to understand UAP, in brackets, the current government nomenclature for, take that out. Like, we don't even need that. You just said it there. By leveraging its extensive expertise to contribute to a comprehensive, evidence-based approach that is rooted in the scientific method, end quote. Furthermore, NASA should, quote, utilize its existing and planned Earth-observing assets to probe the local government conditions associated with UAP that are initially detected by other means, end quote. This would allow NASA to probe directly whether certain environmental factors are happening at the same time as reported UFO sightings. The report also argued for increased public engagement with UFO investigation. NASA, by lending its name to UAP studies, is already helping to reduce stigma associated with reporting, the report said. Beyond this, we recommend that NASA explore the viability of developing or acquiring a crowdsourcing system such as open sourcing smartphone-based apps to gather imaging data and other smartphone sensor data from multiple citizen observers as part of a wider effort to more systematically gather public UAP reports. In addition to cooperation from the public, the team would also like to see the Aviation Safety Reporting System, ASRS. The government is so full of these acronyms and it's time-consuming. I can see why we acronym it. Or commercial pilot UAP reporting be better leveraged. That doesn't seem like a proper sentence.
Yeah, it's because you kind of stopped in the middle.
No, but it doesn't make sense. The ASRS for commercial pilot UAP reporting be better leveraged, providing a critical database for the whole of government effort to understand UAP, along with capitalizing on the agency's long history of partnership with the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, to investigate how advanced real-time okay, this is just like boring jargon. This is why it loses steam and is not so good anymore, because who the fuck wants to read this? Okay, hold on. There's a press briefing that I'm sure is just as dry. However, there are some within the UFO community who question the timing of NASA's report due to its release during the controversy surrounding two supposed alien bodies shown to Mexico's Congress earlier this week. Shown to Congress? The bodies were presented...
Mexico's Congress.
What? They just brought them in there and showed them?
No, they brought the evidence of it.
Oh.
It's a whole thing.
Not as good. Okay. The bodies were presented by journalists and UFO enthusiasts. Oh no, we know what these guys are up to.
Yeah.
Jamie Maussan, as part of congressional hearing on UFOs held in Mexico. Many might remember Maussan as the man behind the infamous Roswell slides debacle of 2015, in which a photograph of an indigenous boy's remains taken in a Colorado museum was presented as proof of extraterrestrial life. I feel like I want to look into this guy.
This guy who's been presenting has already been found to be a fraudster. So
Oh, really? Oh, I want to do an
Yeah.
episode on him.
Okay.
The so-called alien bodies shown by Masson are also likely familiar to those within the UFO community as two of the Nazca mummies promoted through New Age Network Gaia documentary series Unearthing Nazca in 2017. And we all know about Gaia. They hold people at gunpoint.
Do you think they held mummies at gunpoint?
Yeah. Just not credible. Anyhow, this is talking about the bodies, which we're going to get to eventually, probably. But in order for that to happen, many years must pass. The rest is just about mummies. So anyhow, what we learned in this article is not good news because, first of all, NASA is releasing... It's kind of dry, guys. I'm going to be honest, and I apologize for this.
But to be fair, like everything that is formally documented through the UFO phenomenon or the weird phenomenon of whatever you want to call it,
The
what is
government?
it? Yeah, through the government, more or less. George Knapp and Jacques Vallée, I think, what do they call it? Their grand theory of weird or whatever?
Yes.
Or unified theory of weird, something like that.
Something to that extent.
It's really dry when it actually gets properly documented.
It's true, and I think that's where it loses steam. Everyone's like, yeah, UFO disclosure, and then it just kind of dies down because they make it so government-like.
You mean the UAPs as presented through NASA and the ARAP that has documented through the FAA, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's being documented, but who the hell's gonna go through all this? I mean, I couldn't even get through this article.
And that's our jobs.
That about sums that up. Who wants to read it? Who wants to keep up with it once it...
Well, at least
Oh, this-
people want to listen to it. That is the most important part.
True. True. And this is actually an article from the Singular 14. I highly recommend them. I can't remember who runs this, but this is a pretty good website that has news articles like this, but it also documents strange...
It's the Mothman
sightings.
one you use, right?
It's the Mothman one, yeah. So I highly recommend taking a look at it if that's up your alley. I mean, probably don't read this article because I just about summed it up for you here. Poorly. And now I'm sure you cannot wait to get to the Friday episode because this was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, those 8 hours are just perfectly satiated, apparently. So, anyhow,
Okay.
hold on to your luggage and don't travel too far because you need to be there for Friday. Because apparently our podcast is location based and you cannot leave your location based on this analogy.
Like where you are right now.
Anyhow, see you Friday.
Bye.